All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Will Zanders. I appreciate you so much. And Linda, that is a yes. I keep forgetting to do it. Coach Sonic reminded me today, and we'll get it done. So y'all got to excuse the fact that we are in the cruiser today, riding with the homies. I don't know where we're going, okay? Doesn't even matter. We're going to get this information done. Now, what we picked up on last call, we talked about looking at the network marketing success as a puzzle, and a puzzle having 100 pieces. And we made it through, I think, piece 30, the little pieces that you just have to kind of put in there. And when you're looking at a puzzle, you need to see the picture. And if you understand what the picture looks like and you can find the four corner pieces, everything else is just about trial and error, learning, doing, and making the magic happen. So I want you to think about your network marketing success as something that you can learn. You can acquire these skills. It is something you can do sequentially, okay? Something you can do sequentially and predictably, okay? Now, consistent action in network marketing will never yield a predictable result per se, but it'll always lead to success. Like if you talk to 50 people, some of them are going to join if you're saying the right words. I don't know if it's going to be the first person, the last person, or some people in between. You see, I can't really predict with specificity, but I know you're going to get some people enrolled. That's kind of the attitude I want you to have when you're really putting forth the energy and activity, okay? So as we do a quick recap of the 30 pieces, the first four pieces were those first four corners of the puzzle. And you're going to see a lot of repetition here. And that is by design for key points throughout the puzzle. Some pieces look identical. This is on purpose. Let me see who's been paying attention. What is repeated is remembered. And please finish that statement for me in the chat. Please finish that statement. What is repeated is remembered. Let's see who's been paying attention. Yes, and what is remembered is repeated. What is remembered is repeated, and what is repeated is remembered. That is 100% why you're going to see this repetition. Repetition is the mother of learning. So the first four pieces of the puzzle, okay, are going to be skill sets, mindsets, action, and time. And I'm not going to go in depth on those in this call. Just wanted to do a quick recap, okay? Skill sets, mindsets, actions, and time. And now you're 4%. Now you're 4%. You leave running. Now you're 4% into the game. Okay, you're 4% into the game. Now, the part on time, I want you to put a little star by that. I'll add a coach's note about the part on time. You do have to spend time in the business to make the magic happen. You do have to be at the right time in your life to build this business. Okay, you do. You have the company even has to be at the right time in its life when it's ready to go to $1 billion and the infrastructure is there. The marketplace has to be at the right time where they're ready for all natural, all organic products that change lives and transform illness into health. Okay, so you have to understand time is multifaceted. Okay, and we could do a whole 3-hour training on time, but we won't. So then we went to pieces 5 through 24. Let me see who was on the call. What are pieces 5 through 24? The next 20 pieces of the puzzle are what? And they are very important. Who's been paying attention? The next 20 pieces of the puzzle are what? Your 20 reasons why. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got to be on the same page about this, because when you write your 20 reasons why and you identify your top 4, put a star by that. And let me give you just a little bit extra that we didn't dive into on that one. You know that you should have your top 4 in a collage as the background on your phone. The phone background is the new vision board of network marketing. The new vision board. People say, oh, I need a vision board, I need a vision board. You need a phone background. You need a screensaver. You need your home screen to be your top 4 reasons why. If you got extra space, you can put 6, but get them up in there. And here's the thing, when you're looking at your top 20 reasons, let me give you let's just dig a little bit deeper into it right now as we move on. When you're looking at your top 20 reasons why, ladies and gentlemen, some of them, all of them, I want you to put a little number by each one. You know, you got 1 through 20, but then on the other side, I want you to write down a number 1 to 10 for each of them. And that first number in that first column is going to be the level of excitement that you feel when you think about accomplishing it. The level of excitement. If it's a 4, it probably don't even need to be on the list. But if it's an 8 or 9 or a 10, that's a good thing. So you want it to be the level of excitement is the first column of numbers that should be down your 20 reasons why. Each 20 reason why should have a number, and a number can be different. Some 6, some 7, some 8, some 9, some 10. And then you're going to have another column right next to it. And that next column right next to it is also going to be 1 to 10. And that column right next to it, 1 to 10, is going to be your belief that you can achieve it. It's going to be your belief that you can achieve it. I don't think we ever trained on that on a call before. That's what I do, and that's what you should do. Your belief that you can achieve it. Okay? And if it's ever below an 8 or a 7, you're in trouble. We got to work on your belief in that one thing. We have to work on that belief in that thing. We got to do some subconscious work, and we'll teach you how to do that. Let me give you a quick. So that's going to be pieces number 5 through 24 are your 20 reasons why, and we just took them to another level. Okay, we took your 20 reasons to another level. Now let me tell you, one thing you can do to work on your belief in any area is to use the following affirmation. Okay, we teach this affirmation in all of our accountability groups. It's a really good one. I recommend the first month or two you learn it, you use the affirmation about 45 times a day to saturate your subconscious mind. It's kind of like when the Bible says, let the weak say I am strong. You don't say, let the weak say I am strong one time. You're going to say, let the weak say I'm strong over and over again. The Bible talks about not using vain repetitions like the heathens do. So heathens use repetitions that don't work. God-fearing folk, we use repetitions that do work. Okay, so if you have vain repetitions, you have repetitions that feed your mind. You have repetitions that work. And let the weak say, I am strong. That's one of those repetitions. Okay, so I'm going to give you an affirmation that's very powerful right now. It's in all our accountability groups, and it'll help you in every area of your life without you knowing what areas you need help in. And it's the following statement: every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. I say that till I'm falling asleep. I'm falling asleep saying it, saturating my subconscious mind with the information. And a lot of people are scared of affirmations because they don't understand that affirmations are biblically sound principles. They've never really dug deep into the scripture to understand that it is God giving you instructions about how to live your best life. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But faith come by hearing, and a hearing come by the word of God, and God dwells within you. You're the temple of the Holy Spirit. Therefore, when you speak, that is the word of God. And if you really want to get dialed in, when you speak direct scripture from the Bible, like, beloved, I pray that you prosper in all things. Now you're literally God speaking the words of God, but and that builds your faith, that builds your belief. You got to understand it's a deeper level to all of this network marketing stuff. Network marketing is just a financial vehicle. It's just a product. The real story, the real journey, the real success is all about you. Success is an inside job. Never forget that. All right. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. I've said it every day for years, all the time, and you should too. All right. 100%. The law of attraction is literally based from the book of Proverbs, period, point blank. Yes, all of it. It is so true. All right, so let's dive into reason number 25. Now, we talked about reason number 25. That was resources. Reason number 26 was, puzzle piece number 25 was resources. Puzzle piece number 26 was our 8 systems. Puzzle piece number 27 was our marketing plan. Puzzle piece number 28 was products. 29 was skill set. And then 30 was mindsets. All right, now we're gonna make it all the way. We're gonna make it all the way to at least piece number 40 tonight. But let me just do the quick recap of 25 through 30, and to give you take it a little bit deeper. Let's take that to another level. All right. On resources, it's a lot of books, a lot of videos, tapes, and audios, and everything else. Resources, our One Team, One Dream YouTube channel, and so much more. So when we're talking about resources, I need you to understand a very important point about books in general and successful people in their books. Now, I told you if you were in Snellville, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, or maybe I mentioned this on the other call, not sure, but the book Think and Grow Rich is highly regarded as the #1 personal development book of all time, the #1 success book of all time. What a lot of people don't know is that when Napoleon Hill was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie to write this book, it was not Think and Grow Rich. It was this thick, and the book was called The Laws of Success in 16 Lessons. I have it on good authority that Henry Ford, the Henry Ford, thank you, Sydney. Sydney's our quiz master, Sydney Brown. You ever come to an event, Sydney Brown is there, she's our quiz master. I have it on good authority that Henry Ford and all the other billionaires and kings of industry that learned, that was in Snellville, perfect, that learned that Napoleon Hill wrote this book to give it to the people, The Laws of Success in 16 Lessons. Henry Ford said, nope, this information is too powerful for the people. We want this information to remain in the hands of secret societies. We want this information to remain in the hands of our children and our families and our children. We don't want this information to be in the hands of the regular people. Henry Ford ordered that the books be burned, and most of them were on Henry. Henry Ford had that much power. He basically invented the car. And so Andrew Carnegie and Henry Ford, who were contemporaries at the time, said they were all in the same secret society circles and everything else. They said, okay, they can come out with a watered down version of the book, and a watered down version of the book is called Think and Grow Rich. And Napoleon Hill and Andrew Carnegie still released Think and Grow Rich to the world, hoping that people would just dig enough to find Napoleon Hill's other works, two of which are The Law of Success in 16 Lessons and another little known book by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil. That's probably my favorite. It's a Napoleon Hill book where he actually interviews the devil on how people fail and how people become unsuccessful. So it's an amazing book that he has. So that's two that I recommend. Now, that right there should give you some insight into how important resources are. And then the crazy part is, you still have the same type of shenanigans going on today. You got the same type of shenanigans going on today. Now, what are these shenanigans? Do you know that there are people who are giving you resources and books and audios and DVDs who are wealthy now, but they became wealthy by the book that they wrote about making money? One of my favorite examples is Dave Ramsey. All right. Dave Ramsey was not super independently wealthy using the stuff that he teaches people, like Save Your Way to Wealth. He got wealthy by writing books and stuff and selling the books about how to get rich. But if what he did worked for him, you see, that's the difference. Now, Robert Kiyosaki actually got rich using the methods that he taught on business, network marketing, real estate, and all of that. He figured that out. There are a lot of people out there who are very successful who have written books, but who never wrote the book. I'm not going to name any names. There are some big authors right now. If y'all curious, you can message my Facebook. I'm going to tell you right now, there are some authors out there that wrote books on success that sold a lot of copies. They quite literally hired a ghostwriter. The ghostwriter asks them a couple hours worth of interview questions. The ghostwriter writes the book. The person is on the cover of the book and gets money from the book. The ghostwriter gets their money, and millions of people around the world read the book but never become successful. All right. So we treat our resources different. If we recommend a book like Laws of Success in 16 Lessons, or The Magic of Believing, or The Magic of Thinking Big, or The Go-Getter, we have already vetted these resources. So our book list is unlike any other book list in the industry in the world. If we say the book Icebreakers is one you want to read, we're not joking. Okay, so that's what I'll tell you about resources. As far as systems, we have 8 systems. The only one I want to talk about right now is the new member orientation. The new member orientation. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to go through a new member orientation. It's 10 steps. If you haven't done it, please do. Okay, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need to go through a new member orientation so you can help your new reps do it. That's where all your duplication is. All right, let's keep it moving. The marketing plan, products, skill set, and mindsets. Let's talk about skill sets very briefly. That's puzzle piece number 29. There are 25 network marketing skills. We finally have it dialed in to the point where I'm going to give you 3 that can make you 6 figures. Okay. So we got 25 network marketing skills, 25 hardcore skills. I'm going to give you 3. And these are the only 3 you need to absolutely master to make 6 figures. Skill number 1 that you must master is going to be rapport. If I were you, I would look up YouTube videos on rapport and watch them every day until you became a master of generating rapport. I would take Tom Big Al Schreider's book on rapport and I would read it 20 times in a month. I would get the audio and the paperback until I became a master of rapport. And then the second skill that you need to make six figures, it's only three. It's only three. The second skill is going to be to master the art of the invite. You need to become an incredible inviter. Okay, you should learn inviting like Eric Worre taught in GoPro, but you should also learn it like Tom Big Al Schreider teaches it in Icebreakers. You should learn it from your sponsors and your mentors, but you should absolutely devour any information you can find on YouTube by credible people on inviting, and you're going to mix all that stuff up in a big pot, and then you're going to become a great inviter, and you'll be able to get a chance. You'll be able to get people to take a look at some information. Okay. Next, the third skill, only other skill you need to make six figures is going to be the skill of presenting. And a lot of the presenting is done with a video, but you got to get good at, videos and public speaking because you're presenting and you're on the video or the recording. You also need to get really good at part of the presentation where you're talking about some of your products and how to do testimonials. And equally as important, the marketing plan. Okay, the marketing plan and being able to draw out our marketing plan, which would GoDesign as a 2x2, HBN 2x2. We don't care what any other company has. The ability to draw out the marketing plan is so vital for your success. If you can put a marketing plan on a whiteboard, you can change the world. You can definitely change your bank account because you can help people see what it is. We do the marketing plan the same way every single time. We put the 4 questions and then we draw out maybe 12, 13, 14 months. And we talk about volume and algorithms and stuff, okay? So you want to get good at that. Will, why don't I need to be good at closing? Because you will never need to close the right person at the right time in their life. The right person at the right time in their life will never need to be closed. If you use the right video or tee up the marketing plan properly, at the end of the video, it'll say something like, get back with the person who got you this video if you're ready to join. And the video will do the closing for you. The marketing plan will do the closing for you, okay? So just understand that. Now we'll do a little bit into number 30, all right? But y'all, hold on one second. I'm still here, y'all. I'm still. Uh-oh, I accidentally muted myself. I apologize, y'all. So now we're going to talk about 30. And number 30 is going to be the mindsets. And we're only going to talk very briefly for time purposes about the mindsets because we still got to get all the way down to puzzle piece number 40, okay? We're only going to talk about the first 3 mindsets. Mindset number 1, okay, mindset number 1 is going to be to understanding the marketplace that you're in. And if you do that, you understand the need for a franchise factory. Okay, it's going to be the franchise factor, but you have to understand the nature of the marketplace that you're in, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand the nature of the marketplace you're in. That's the first mindset, and that's the most important one. Why? And this stuff is going to sound familiar to you, okay? This stuff is going to sound familiar to you. If you understand the nature of the marketplace that you're in, you'll understand that 70% of people are going to die broke no matter what you do. 70% of people are going to die broke. So it's not your fault. You can't save them. The most you can do, the best you can do is probably get them some personal development. Maybe send them a copy of The Magic of Thinking Big or some Bob Proctor books or some videos, some audios or something. That's the best you can do. Okay? That's the best you can do to get them situated. I'm just telling you, 70% of people. So 70% of your network marketing team is going to quit or fail anyway, no matter what you do. So if you know that and you just got to work with those numbers, you just got to get good at working with the way it is, y'all. You just got to be determined to not be in one of the 70. Well, Will, why are you picking on 70% of people? I'm not. 70% of people are going to die broke. And that's come from insurance company statistics that have been meticulously kept since before any of us were born. Okay? That comes from insurance company statistics that's been meticulously kept since before any of us were born. All right? So we're not going to change that. You just got to work with the way it is. So if 70% of people are going to, Jesus even said it, the poor will always be among you. So if you know that, that means that only 30% of people in your network marketing team even have much of a fighting chance. And it's okay to acknowledge the reality of it. It's okay. You just got to work with the way it is. Understand the nature of the marketplace. People are going to tell you they're going to show up to a home meeting and they're not going to come. People gonna tell you that they're gonna sign up and they're gonna get their product and get set up on auto ship, and they ain't gonna do it. People gonna tell you, man, Will, I'm about to break all the records in the company. You look, you can watch my smoke, eat my dust. I'm going to the top, and it won't. You got people that say I'm gonna be an HBN forever. You got people that say I'm gonna be and go to sign up. Man, listen, I'm gonna go to sign up till they throw dirt on top of me. And guess what? They won't. They'll quit 2 days later and go to a new company. Okay, but if you understand the nature, of the marketplace you in, it's not a big deal. It's okay. Okay, so out of the 30% of people that are left, you got 3% of them. I fought this concept for so long. I did not want to acknowledge the reality of it. I hope y'all can hear the passion in my voice. I hope that 3% of network marketers are so special, so gifted, they're the Michael Jordan, Elvis Presleys. And they're going to win no matter what they do. No matter what company they go to, they're going to sponsor a lot of people. They'll never duplicate because they haven't figured out it's not about them. So they're company jumpers, but they would be successful if they was in corporate America. They would be successful if they was in network marketing. They would be successful if they was in real estate. Like, they're not duplicatable, but they'll be successful no matter what. The problem is they don't understand the difference between the 70%ers and everybody else. They just think it's all about them. They got a lot of ego and they're non-learners. That's something that the 70%ers and the 3%ers have in common. 70%ers are non-learners because they think they know it all. 3%ers are also non-learners because they think they know it all. They know it all. Okay, so all you have left to work with in your network marketing opportunity is 27%. The 27%, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the 27%, listen, I was a 70%er who became a 3%er, who became a 27%er by design. That was on purpose. Yeah, 3%ers are flight risks. They are gone pecan. Okay, so the 27% of people that you have left to work with, that 27% of people are the people that want to win. They'll do their job if you do your job. But you can't just tell them this stupid stuff when they join, like just go talk to people. You got to train them. You got to teach them. You got to educate them. You got to introduce them to mindset number 2. Okay, mindset number 2. We talked about, we're all on puzzle piece number 30 right now. It's all about mindsets, puzzle piece number 30. But the first mindset is understanding the nature of the marketplace you're in. You need to have a franchise factor, like Coach Marcus talks about on Saturday. You need to have a new member orientation. You need to have a step-by-step launch process for your business that is duplicatable. You can use our systems. I highly recommend it and learn them. But if you don't learn them, please at least develop your own and have your team do that. Don't just rely on your charisma and your good looks and your charm and all this, that, and the third. Do not rely on that. Do not rely on that to make your team successful, because they will never duplicate. You'll sponsor 100 people, you'll look around and you'll have nobody left. They're all quitting, have gone somewhere else, and you wouldn't even notice. That's why I recommend the Give to Grow philosophy for people who are true leaders and true sponsor, people that sponsor a lot of people. Because I made the mistake in my first company of sponsoring over 100 people. The problem with that is I didn't know that I was going to have to train, educate, mentor, lead, be a friend to all 100-some people. I should have been assigning reps to my reps to buy them some time and get them some success. Now, I do not recommend that for anybody who is not of the upper echelon of network marketers. But as an advanced strategy that I pray that you embrace one day, if you become a diamond and you're sponsoring 50, 60, 70 people and 30 customers, yeah, would it really hurt you to find the reps that are the 27%ers, the most coachable and the most teachable, and say, hey, man, you've been at every event. I know you're at the Max Auto Ship. I know you're trying your best. I know you're talking to people every single day. I know that you're reading the books. I know you just need a little bit more time. Remember puzzle piece number 4? I know you need a little time. Look what I'm going to do. because I want you to win just as bad as I want to win. I'm going to make sure that I get you some of these reps. I'm gonna get you your first couple of reps. Don't worry. I think we got a couple people that's not on mute. We got some background noise for the recording. Okay, so I just need you to understand that we're gonna look out for you. But that's the nature of being a 27%er and having systems. And we'll talk about that another time. The last two mindsets that we're going to talk about before we really escalate the speed of the call for the last 20 minutes. Mindset number 2, which is still under puzzle piece 30. I hope this stuff is making sense. I hope you're seeing the big picture. You just got 100 pieces to your puzzle. You put it together and you've won the game. Okay. The next mindset we're going to discuss briefly is education is required. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not optional. The paradigm when I first joined this industry was that you need to get educated. You need to make it to events. They were fanatical about events. And I understood why once I started going and saw how much money I made and how I felt about myself and about my business. Okay. I had to really understand that education is required. I needed to be on Zooms with top earners. I may not understand everything they said, but one idea can change your life. One idea can change your entire life. And I had to respect and I had to honor that. I had to read the books. We had VHS tapes back then. But when YouTube came out, oh boy, it was on then. When YouTube came out, it was on. I could get information. I can get educated. Do you know that every week when we have product training, either on these calls or the Detox Divas calls or even on the Buzz with Kim and Denise, when we do product training, do you know when your prospects and guests are on those calls and they get educated on our products, they buy the product? Has nobody else noticed that? Am I the only person that notices that when I take the effort to promote these product trainings and calls to my team, I see a couple of orders after every call? Some of y'all talking about, I can't get no orders, I can't get no team growth, I can't get no duplication, but you're not following the blueprint of how to get any of that. Y'all would rather watch the football game than get education, not realizing education is required. Education is required in any profession, in almost any job. You can't even work at McDonald's without going get some McDonald's education at the new member orientation at McDonald's. And you think you're going to come over here and make $50,000 a month with no education? You have lost your mind. You lost the plot. It's impossible. I remember being in law school. They said my first year of law school, they said, you can't have a job. None of you can have a job. If you have a job, we're going to kick you out because you need to be focused on this education. It's not as easy as you think. You couldn't have a job in law school to your second year, and that had to be a legally related job. And your third year, you could finally have some type of job. They wouldn't even let you work because they had to force you to take your education seriously. Now, we're not recommending that anybody quit their job to do network marketing faster or harder or nothing crazy like that. All I'm telling you is I wish that we took the educational piece of this business more seriously. And I wish it wasn't just a flavor of the month club. I wish it wasn't just a trainer of the month when a new member join the team and get on the leaderboard. Next thing you know, everybody trying to figure out what they're doing. Instead of just using the systems that we know work, we get distracted. And then 90 days later, a new person come and join the company from somewhere and get on the leaderboard because they're talented, because they're a 3%er. And then they're like, oh, I got to go do what they do. And you ain't even figured out how to master what the last leader you was following did with the company. And then 90 days later, it's a millennial who dropped out of college but made $20 million in network marketing. And then you try to follow their social media system. And then 90 days later, it's a grandmother of 8, and she's 70 years old, and she makes $20,000 a month. Now you got to learn the grandma system, right? It's too many different ways to do. And here's the crazy part: all of it'll work if you work it and stay consistent and teach it. But again, puzzle piece number 4, the corner piece, time. It takes time to learn the stuff. It takes time to do the stuff, and then time to teach the stuff. The problem is some of you are learning and trying to teach or do too much while you're still learning, and then trying to learn a new system before you even got the old one down. So education is required. And education is best done sequentially in order. You learn addition first, then subtraction, multiplication, then division. You don't learn algebra first. Some of you, and I'm not knocking any of these building styles, by the way, some of y'all are doing cold market, you're doing leads, you're doing direct mail, you're doing postcards. I recommend all these things, by the way. I love all of these. I like drop cards, but notice I haven't taught you any of that yet. Why, Will? Because 99% of you, of the 27%, you're not ready. You haven't even mastered hot market and teaching hot market. Y'all still trying to figure out why you can't sign nobody up on Facebook. You ain't figured out yet that if 9 out of 10 posts are about business, you're not going to win. And if 9 out of 10 posts are about business and you're winning, it's because you're a 3%er. And if your team tries to do that, they're going to fail. You will never have no duplication. You don't know how to do a hot market, warm market first, and some of y'all are dabbling in the cold market. It's not smart. I'm not saying it's wrong. But if you're a pro and you know what you're doing, yes, yeah, please do drop cards. Please do direct mail. Please do these things if you're a pro. But if you're not a pro, it doesn't make any sense yet. You're only going to get frustrated. You can't skip steps, man. In basketball, they call that a travel. You can't skip steps. And I'm not telling you what you want to hear, by the way. I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I've had people quit the team because of stuff I say on these calls. Quit flat out. Will, I don't like the way you're handling folks. Well, I don't want to ask about your bank balance, but I can guarantee what it ain't. I'm pretty sure about that because leaders who've made the money and had the success, they know this. They know this. I hate to say it, they know it. Okay? So just understand that. Education is required, not recommended. The third mindset, and again, we're still on puzzle piece number 30. Don't worry, we're right on time. I want to thank Coach Sonic Jones just one more time, man, for putting this call together. This recording is going to help some people. I really feel that in my heart. Price of $3.99. There was a guy whose mentor did a call on social media the other day, and I hit him up. I said, man, let me get that recording. He was talking, man, it's recording fire. I asked him for the recording. He sent me a $40 Cash App request. He said, yeah, man, he's selling the recordings for $40 a piece. I said, golly. And guess what I did? I sent it too. I sent it. I sure did. And I learned one idea from that made the $40 worth it. I learned one idea that once I decide to implement it, it'll make me way more money than that. And I was like, man, we really are letting people take the value we give for granted. I'd have made 10 times more than the money than this guy, but it was the principle. I'm not too proud to learn. I don't care if they made more than me or less than me, it don't matter. If it's information I need, I'm gonna go get it. And I'm not afraid to pay for it. Now we will be giving you that recording, what you learn. We're gonna give that away for free, obviously in Dallas, but the point is, all right, so education is required. Don't be afraid to get it. We can all learn something. But it needs to be learned in order, sequential learning. All right. Now, the third mindset we're going to talk about very briefly, and we're going to keep moving, is going to be understanding not the marketplace, but understanding your real product. Your real product. Okay. Let me see who's been paying attention. Ladies and gentlemen, in this business, what is your real product? Please put in the chat. What is your real product? Let's see that. Yeah, y'all know it. Your real product is people. You do not need to read all 100 product information pages. I wish people would stop asking me about product information pages. You need to pick up books on leadership, like Leadership and the 1 Minute Manager, like books by John Maxwell, The Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Pick up books on the subconscious mind and learning more about people, please. Okay. Books like How to Win Friends and Influence People. Read books on people. That's your real product. That'll make you a lot more money. Okay. And if you understand that your real product is people, you understand that we build people and people build the business. Okay. We build people and people build the business. You'll understand that the best product you'll ever have is a well-trained distributor. The best product you can ever have is a well-trained distributor, and it all starts with you. Homegrown leadership We are in the leadership development business. Our real product is people. People build the business, and the best product that we have is a well-trained distributor who evolves into a homegrown leader. It's a 27%er with 3% results. That's what they are. They earn money like a 3%er, but they do things that are duplicatable for the masses. All right? I need you to understand that. We'll unpack it more as we progress. I want to get all of these puzzle pieces done before Dallas, because in Dallas, the stuff you're getting is 100% new, never been trained before, ever. And I want you to have all the pieces of the puzzle before you even go, but we ain't got time to talk about none of this stuff. That's why you're getting the quality of information you're getting on these calls and why we have recordings for you. Now we're going to move on. Puzzle pieces number 31 through 34 are related. Coach Marcus Jones just alluded to them. This is critical network marketing information, and we can cover it very quickly. Puzzle piece number 31, write down the word red. Puzzle piece number 32, write down the word blue. 33, write down the word yellow. 34, write down the word green. The 4 color personalities, which you also see in the resources tab under the book, which is a book we recommend called The 4 Color Personality Types. And these 4 color personality types actually will help you become a better inviter, a better closer when you need to, a better prospector, and help you develop rapport with people. Do you see how all of this stuff works with each other? Repetition, right? You see, repetition is the mother of learning. What is repeated is remembered. What is remembered is repeated. You see how certain things show up more than once by design, so we can drill it into your thick skull so that you get it the same way we got it. We got hit over the head by 2x4s of information over and over and over again by our mentors and coaches and teachers and sponsors. They taught us. We couldn't escape them. They made sure that we started off right and were able to present. It's like the Navy SEALs. Network marketing has become so soft, it's no wonder it's become the MLM social club. A lot of people are not making any money. And then when people do make money, they first $500, they're not excited about it as they should be, because the MLM social club on social media got y'all thinking everybody making $10,000 a month. They not. So very quickly, for those of you who haven't read the book yet, a red personality type person is a person who is very, very motivated by money, very aggressive, a lot of ego. Okay, they're some of the top earners in the industry, but you got to talk to them in a certain type of way to make them respect you. You can't let them walk all over you. They respect you if you got to come at them with some heat. And when you're talking to them and presenting to them, remember, they value money, and you got to talk to them in a certain way. Like, man, we about to dominate the industry. If you're on my team, if you don't talk to them like that, they're not gonna want to fool with you because they think you soft. You got to say, man, look, I'm trying to make $50,000 a month. What you trying to do? You got to talk to them that way. Honestly, you got to highlight the marketing plan and show it to them. Show me the money. That's what they say. Okay. Now, the next one, a blue personality type, which is puzzle piece number 32, you have to know this. A blue personality type is a person who likes money, okay, but they really love freedom. They love to party. They love music. They love social interaction. They love to talk. If red personality types are your best natural born closers, blue personality types are like dolphins. They just fun loving, and they're natural born best inviters and presenters because they love to talk to people so much. They'll talk your head right off your shoulders, the blue personality type. So if you're talking to them, trying to get them involved in a business, you need to be highlighting the fun events we have, like Dallas and Las Vegas, and how we all went to the Cirque du Soleil with Michael Jackson, and how it was so incredible, and how we all just made all of these friends. You need to talk about how we went to Lambert's and we were paying for people's meals and we was just breaking bread as a family. Okay, you got to understand these things. The next personality type, the next puzzle piece, number 33, is yellow personality types. What is their keyword? If the red keyword is money, the blue keyword is fun. What is the yellow keyword? Put in the chat. What is the yellow keyword? Help. Thank you. Y'all are so well trained. I love y'all so much. If y'all just don't quit, y'all will go to the top. If y'all just don't quit, you'll go to the top. This crew right here, this is the next set of 6-figure earners in the network marketing industry, are all on this call. I'm telling you. Okay, yes, sir, they have a servant's heart. Their key word is help. Okay, their key word is help. You can't get them to buy a product for them. Man, you really need to come make some money with me. They say, no, I'm good. I can tithe. I can take care of things. I can buy nice things for my grandkids. I'm good. But if you told a yellow personality type, it would help me a lot if you came and be to this meeting. It would help me because I don't want to be there with no guests. And my sponsor told me I need to bring at least one guest. Can you come as just a favor to me and just help me? I don't want to be embarrassed going alone to this thing. I'm nervous. They'll come just for that. Okay, because they're helping. You need to show that's the people. You don't talk to them a lot about the pay plan unless you're talking about how much more they can tithe or charitable organizations. You really are talking to them about testimonials about the products and how they're helping people. You need to have your product testimonials on lock for that. Okay, so yellow's a fantastic. My mother's a yellow. Don't ever disrespect the yellow. Even though the reds are the top earners on your team, I'm gonna tell you this: the poop is gonna hit the fan. Can I say that? The poop is gonna hit the fan in your business at some point. And when the poop hits the fan, I'll tell you what, the yellows are gonna be the people that keep your whole team together. Okay, they're gonna keep the whole team together. Yellow is the glue that keep your whole team together. You gotta have them, and they're wonderful to work with. Oh my gosh, they're so fun to work with. I love seeing them win. It's just what it is. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, you have the green personality type, and the green personality types are driven by information. They are researchers. Thank you, Ms. Jones. They are librarian and engineer types of people. And in each of you, put in the chat, you're typically a combination of two colors. I'm a red blue, but I have developed a ton of yellow green as a result of being in this industry. But at my core, I'm a red blue, 100%. 80% red, like 20% blue. I love making money. I can't lie. I don't love money. Okay. I love the options that it gives. I think that the love of money is the root of all evil. Money's not evil, but the love of it is. Okay. The Bible says, love the Lord God with all your heart, all your soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. So there's not a whole lot of loving left for money. You don't need to love money. But I really enjoy the options. I enjoy what it can do for people when used properly. Right? Yeah. So any combination of people is great in this business. Green, yellow, yellow, blue, red, blue, all the way green. Everybody can win. But if you didn't know what personality types there were, if you had never seen those pieces to the puzzle, if you never seen it, you'd be talking to a red person about the product, wondering why they don't want to join. Then you're like, oh, that must not work. Then you're talking to a yellow person about how much money you can make, and they don't want to hear all that bragging about money, Lamborghinis and whatnot. So just what you just learned can stop you from making a fool of yourself. Sometimes you're talking the wrong color language and people don't even understand what you're saying. If you you gotta really talk to people from the level of where they are. All right. Now we're gonna go on to puzzle pieces number 35 through 38. Puzzle piece number 35. You can write down the word, and these four are going to be another piece. Okay, yeah, that Sydney made a great point. She says right there, you'll make that mistake and then you think you're bad. Then you think you're not good at this. But that's why education is required. Why? Because if you got educated, you wouldn't make the mistake. But if you did, you would know why and you can fix it. It's not your bad. You're right. And then you think you're bad, and then you think that you can't do it. Okay? Green's keyword is information. They love data. They love knowledge. Green people, you can send them a video a day for 100 days. They'll never quit. As long as it's some new information. That's all they want. They love it. They crave it. When you show, you can always tell when you're doing a presentation on the whiteboard, which I love, by the way, the same marketing plan we always do. Yeah, Coach Marcus said, don't never rush a green. They will not be rushed. They're going to take their sweet time. And when they are ready to make a decision, they'll be very loyal and never leave because they evaluated all the options. When you're doing a marketing plan and you get down to crunching the numbers in the algorithm, you can always tell the greens and the reds because they start leaning forward in their seat. The greens done pulled out the cell phone calculators to check your math. That's how you know they're green. because they be on them calculators and they sit in the front row with the pen and the paper and the cell phone calculator to make sure your math is good. But every network marketer every color type is equally needed in your team. Okay. Now, when we talk about, we're with 2 blue pens, facts. Now, when we talk about the next four pieces of the puzzle, pieces 35 through 38, they are going to be puzzle pieces that relate to education is required, because we're talking about how the brain learns through repetition. All right. So some of you may be able to guess. Puzzle piece number 35 is called unconscious incompetence. This is the first level of learning. This is when you first get exposed to a concept. You don't know what you don't know. You're totally ignorant. You think you know everything, but you know nothing. It's like the first time you try to play a violin ever. And then you immediately graduate to the next level, which is puzzle piece number 36. It is conscious incompetence. Conscious incompetence. It's when you know you suck. You know you're not good at this. You know you're not good at this. That is a great liberating place to be, because you're going to be bad before you're good and good before you're great. So you might as well get bad out of the way. Okay. So that's the next step, is conscious incompetence. I am finally aware of how woefully inadequate I am in this particular business model. I need to learn some things, and you can make a decision. Once you discover and turn over puzzle piece number 36, that decision is going to be, I'm either going to do this thing and get good, or I'm just going to quit because I don't want to do it, because I know I'm not good at it and I don't want to learn anything. I'm a non-learner. Okay. Yeah. Stephen just said it. Him and me both. Stephen says, I know so many ways of how not to do something. Same. And if we just keep doing that, eventually we'll stumble upon the way that works. It just makes sense. I'm not mad about that. I get it. That's how the light bulb was discovered. Okay. So now you move on. Once you are at conscious incompetence, you move on to puzzle piece number 37, which is conscious competence. This is a frustrating place, because you're learning and learning and doing and teaching and learning and doing and teaching, and you're getting some results, and then some results you're not getting, and sometimes you get results, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you got to go to your note card. Sometimes you kind of remember, but you got it back. That is the learning process of when, this is when you're doing all your repetitions. 80% of the information and the work is done right here. Okay. 80% of the work, probably 85% of the work, is done right there in conscious competence. That's when all the that's when you're doing all these reps and all these repetitions. Okay. And then last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, you will graduate organically to puzzle piece number 38, which is unconscious competence. Unconscious competence, ladies and gentlemen. Unconscious competence means you're a natural. It means you could drive around, you could still do a call, you could talk to people about the business while you're at the grocery store, not have to think about it. You know how to handle objections without thinking about it. Conscious competence comes with time and grade. I was talking to MJ the other day. She's up for a promotion from captain to major in the Air Force. And she was talking about how, as a captain, you can't become a major, no matter how special you are, no matter how good you are, you can't become a major, okay, until you've been in the Air Force for a certain amount of time, a certain amount of years. You understand that? You have to have a certain amount of time and grade. You cannot become what we would call an elite level closer until you've been a bad closer first. You can't become an elite level. I have done marketing plans over 1,000 times. Over 1,000 times. Thousands. Miss Charlotte says her son retired a major. I love it. I love it. Following, they got a lot of incredible veterans on our call. Tommy, Charlotte, MJ, so many others, man. So many others. But you got to be time and grade. That when you say, I'm going to keep doing these repetitions until I get it, guess what's going to happen? At some point, the repetitions are going to get over the threshold and you will magically, boop, there it is. Next thing you know, boop, there it is. Not now you're good. You're like, man, I don't know when I got good. It just kind of happened. I just didn't quit. I just stayed at it, and I just got good. And next thing you know, I'm doing presentations. I was supposed to do this presentation, and Will was supposed to come do it, but he didn't show up. Maybe he did that on purpose. I don't even remember. Maybe he no-showed me on purpose because he knew I was ready. And I had to do the presentation all on my own, and it was amazing. I did it better than him. I've done that to people before, and I will do it again. When you're ready, you're ready. You just don't know it yet. The best thing for you. Okay? So that's puzzle piece number 38. See, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not doing that to y'all right now. I would do that to Sonic if he wanted. I would for sure. For sure. I'm going to do that to Derek in a couple of months. Just, yeah, Derek, I'm going to be there, buddy. Just have everybody be there. I'm going to be there and be gone. Not you, Eve. No, not y'all yet. We coming to Trinidad. You ain't got to convince me to come to the islands. No. All right. So that's puzzle piece number 38. We have a little bit of time left. Let me just get to 40 for easy math. Let me get to number 40, and we'll pick up Sunday night with puzzle piece number 41. I'm looking at it right now. But let's knock out puzzle piece 39 and 40. These are always taught in a pair anyway. Puzzle piece number 39 is my favorite. One of my favorites. It's the lost secret of network marketing. I want you to see where this fits. Let me see who's been paying attention on the calls and the trainers and the events. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the lost secret of network marketing? In order to be successful, you have to do what? In order to be successful, you have to do what? This is one of the success principles that the internet has stolen. There it is. You got to teach people to teach people to teach. I love it. TP, TP, TP. That's it. You got to teach people to teach people to teach people. Thank you. I'm so proud and I'm excited. I want to commend y'all for knowing more and having more skills and more depth of understanding than 90% of people in the network marketing industry today. It's not about me. I haven't had hardly a single original idea in my entire life, but y'all have it. You're good enough. You know enough. Just polish up your rapport, your inviting, your presenting, and I will see any one of you who takes that seriously. I will see any one of you at the six-figure level by Christmas. I'm telling you, y'all are good enough. You may just not know it yet. I didn't know how good I was at basketball until I got invited to a live event. It was called the ABCD camp. Then was another camp called the 5-star camp. And all of these top blue chip athletes was there. Some of them went to the NBA. And I'm out there giving them the blues at 5-star camp. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm a lot better than what I thought. Sean, I know you was at the camps. I guarantee Sean dropping 50. I never scored 50. I scored 40 a couple of times, but Shauna scored 50 some points in high school. Yeah, we was at the camps. Real players. You say 5-star, they know what that is. Them ugly orange shirts, I still got them. But I didn't know how good I was. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to know how good you are till you come to a live event and you make it happen. Some of y'all are one bus ticket away from changing your life. Some of y'all are one phone call and say, hey, I know y'all got an Airbnb. Can I give you $30 a night and I can sleep on the couch? Some of y'all are just not resourceful enough to make it to an event so you can change your life. And you can say, man, I met Coach Marcus. I heard him train. I met Coach Sonic and I heard him talking and I saw Melissa Brower. I saw these top 3 people made $250,000. I saw them and they not that different than me. I saw them do the marketing plan. I'm like, well, I was like, I could do that. That's all they doing? Yes, that's all we're doing. No secrets. Okay? Just understand that. The lost secret of network marketing, which we rediscovered for you, is that in order to be successful, you have to teach people to teach people to teach people. You got to take your new reps, sign them up, and train them. And don't sponsor more than six people in a month. You probably shouldn't even do that or give them away, because you're going to have to take the time to teach them the new member orientation and then teach them how to teach it. Yeah, rubbing elbows is not about pride. It sure ain't. Rubbing elbows is about impartation. It is a spiritual gifting that we cannot help but give you. We got it. And the Bible said, for you freely receive, freely give. I didn't pay my mentor. I just happened to come to an event. I paid for the ticket, but I got a chance to shake his hand and hug him. And something just shifted in me as a person at that point. I started talking like that guy and making money like that guy. It was weird. One of my mentors was a young lady named Jessica Ellerman out of California. And when I first got to my first company, met her at an event, got to shake her hand and hug her. And something just shifted. I was like, man, I don't know. Something feel different now. It's how it is. Okay. Rasan said he learned so much just from having dinner with us. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Let's wrap this up. I'll give you number 40. Hope y'all enjoying this. Is this information making sense to y'all? Is it making sense? Is it starting just to click a little bit, the big picture? That's the main thing. I just need you to understand the big picture. All right, let's get this information. Last one of my favorite. Puzzle piece number 40. Everybody has a number. Everybody has a number, ladies and gentlemen. And this relates to recruiting, by the way. Everybody has a number. We'll close with that story. All right? We'll close with that story. When I got to my first company, and I got up to about $14,000 a month, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know how I did it. Only when I looked back at that 14,000 a month, it was a lot back then, I'm gonna tell you. I looked back and I saw that it was only the things I was good. I was really good at rapport naturally. I think just being around people. I love people. From New Orleans, and we got a chance in New Orleans to meet all kind of people from all over the world, all religions, all colors, all ages, all everything. So I was good at that. I got good at inviting because I was a bad inviter. So I ruined so many invitations. I didn't know what I was doing. Eventually, kind of like Steven said, I stumbled onto the right way to invite. I found some books. The right people at my life at the right time. They gave me some books about icebreakers and things like that. And I learned these things. And I drove to events to go learn how to invite from the pros. I would drive. It was nothing for me to drive 4, 5, 6 hours to an event. Okay. And then I became a good presenter. Well, Will, how did you become a good presenter? Because my sponsor was garbage, but my upline was really good. So I was always connected. He passed away, but his name was Travis. And I was always having Travis do my meetings, and he was getting volume, so he was happy. But Travis was always doing my meetings, and I was watching Travis, who's this top earner in the industry at the time, and I'm watching him do these presentations. I'm like, man, I can do this, I can do this. But why would I do it? And he just kept doing it. So I had never did a presentation. Then one day, Travis was so late. I think this was on purpose, to be honest. He was so late, I had to do it myself. And then after that, I realized I didn't need him. I didn't need him no more. And so from that point on, I did more presentations over a 4-year period. I think I did more in-person presentations than anybody in the industry at that time. I think I did more in-person presentations over a 3 or 4-year period, probably from like 2012 to 2016, than anybody in the industry. Okay? Than anybody, okay? So when I look at number 4, yeah, well, you know, Eric Warriors, he says, man, fire your upline as fast as possible. But so I do recommend firing us, but do not fire us prematurely. Do not fire us before you learn the 8 systems or the 100 pieces of the puzzle, because after that, there's nothing left to teach you. There's nothing left. By the time you're done with these 100 pieces, which I have them all, there's a list. And you'll be done with this before, even if you didn't come to Dallas, you would still have all 100 puzzle pieces. You would know every single thing there is to know. It's just about, are you going to go do it, or are you going to suffer from analysis paralysis? It's up to you. But there's going to be nothing left that we haven't given you. And if you master the systems, you don't need to learn all of the skills to fire us. But I recommend learning rapport, inviting, and presenting, and kind of closing. And then you can fire us. Don't fire us prematurely. But I do recommend firing us all so you can spread your wings and be great. You can be great. Okay? Everybody has a number, is number 40. Ladies and gentlemen, when I went to my next company, I was determined. I didn't know how many people I needed to talk to. So I said, dang, man, I don't know how many people I talked to in my first company before it closed, because it closed down. And I was mad. I was at $14,000 a month. It was October and they were closing. I was like, oh man, come on. So I could either go back to work or go do another network marketing company. I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna just do network marketing. So I wasn't a company jumper. My company closed. So I had to go to another company, and I did. I wasn't going back to work. Forget work. Forget work. I got too used to not having people tell me what to do. Not knocking jobs. I'm just really excited about freedom and opportunity. But I, had a job for more jobs than most people. And so when I went to the next company, I said, okay, I'm going to talk to people, but I'm going to keep track. I'm going to know the score. And I didn't understand. I was stumbling onto the concept of everybody has a number. It's the only formula I needed. With my second company, I talked to 600 people, but I got up to $5,000 a week. They used to pay us about a week with that company. Oh, that's a good point. Paychecks are great. Jobs suck. You right about that. Health benefits and all that stuff is great, but jobs do suck. And so I talked to 600 people, but I got up to $20,000 a month, over $5,000 a week in income with that company. I mean, that was a big deal for me back then. Ooh, $20,000 a month. With the Green Organics family of companies, a lot of times I'll make $20,000 in a day. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I used to put videos like that on the YouTube channel. Paula kept telling me, take them down. We'll take them down, Paula. But I made $20,000 a day. One day I made $40,000. I said, I made $40,000 in a day. I can't. That only happened one time, 40,000 a day. But I can't. I want y'all to all have this crazy type of stuff, by the way. I do. I want that for everybody. I want that for everybody. You just got to believe in yourself. But I talked to 600 people. You willing to do that? You willing to talk to 600 people? Probably not. Most network marketers get 4 or 5 rejections. Some people quit on them and then they quit. They're not going to talk to 600 people. And it's got to be with the same company. Some people jump companies too fast to ever talk to 600 people with one company. It's terrible. And when I say talk, I don't mean social chit chat. I mean, you're asking them to take a serious look at the system that you're building. You take a serious look. I rarely say things like take a look at my network marketing opportunity. I don't say that. I say things like, would you like to take a look at the project I'm working on or possibly the system I'm building? So Coach Marcus sponsored around 1,000 people his first 6 months in HBN. I'm not that good, by the way. I couldn't do that. Coach Marcus is Coach Marcus stuff. And the man's made over $5.5 million in the industry. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. But this is my point. 600 is not a lot, especially in the social media era. I did that in the non-social media era. It's easier. I'm not going to say easier for you. It's never been more convenient to be in network marketing. It's never been more convenient. And that's a blessing and a curse. What's easy to start is easy to quit. So when I talk to 600 people, asking them to take a serious look at my business, guess what? 400 of them said no. And I'm not mad about that because I didn't care. 200 said yes, and out of 200 who said yes, only 100 of them even tried to be good. Only 100 of them lasted longer than 6 weeks. Okay, that's just how it is. And the numbers just broke down, and at the end of that, it was probably 1, 2, 3, 80% of my check was coming from 3 or 4 people. I talked to 600 people, but only 2 of them joined. Only 100 of them was serious. And out of the 100, only 80% of my $20,000 a month check was coming from four lines of business. So when I came to my company after that, but then I came to HBN, I already knew my number was 600 to make 6 figures. And if I just stay with the company long enough, the 6 figures will automatically turn to 7. Time and grade is a huge part of making millions of dollars in network marketing. Time and grade is a huge part. Please, God, don't switch companies. You're gonna have to start over from scratch. You'll get a bunch of fast starts. You'll convince some people to go with you. You'll get some fast starts, but you got to learn everything all over again. New marketing plan, new this, new plan, new this, new that. And well, good luck ever making it again. Okay. So everybody has a number. Your number may be 20. Your number may be 100. Your maybe 600. Your number may be 1,200. It doesn't matter. Just get it over with. If you knew that but that's the trick. You don't know your number, but you know you got one. And every time you talk to a person about the business, every time you talk to a person about the business, it makes your number go lower, because then it just becomes about the number of people left I have to talk to. And every time you get on a Zoom, every time you learn a skill, every time you get some confidence, guess what? Your number gets lower. Okay. Now, Will, if I need to talk to people, as we close the call, what's a really quick way I could talk to people? Ladies and gentlemen, y'all be good on social media with so many friends and followers, but I can promise you, based on what I'm looking at when I see you on social media, you're not you're not knowing what to say. So that being said, for the people who are on live, I'm gonna just give you a quick tip. We're gonna cut the recording right now, and I want to reward the people who are on here live with a quick network marketing social media script. So